This is ABC 15 Mornings.
Right now, 4:30, a reset from the Biden administration this morning. An in-depth look at the biggest obstacles the White House faces, including inflation, climate change, and voting rights.
And a big football weekend. The highlights after really an emotional roller coaster finish to what is now being called the greatest NFL playoff weekend ever. And my goodness, right? I felt manic depressive watching so much of that football. But it was one of those things all weekend long. You couldn't look away.
Oh, man, just so back and forth. And yes. I mean, the Buffalo Bills last night and Kansas City, my goodness.
Right?
17 seconds left. I'm like, okay, Buffalo has it. Boom, Kansas City took it back. OT. People talking about the rules there that need to change, the OT rules. We got it all for you this morning.
I would agree with that. I mean, you know, they should be. Anyway, we'll talk about it. Kaylee O'Kelly here in studio alongside Nick Saletti.
Hey, some fresh powder up north over the weekend. You see this? This is video Saturday at Sunrise Park Resort in Greer.
And what's cool is you've got so many people there enjoying all of that snow. We're hearing about 5 inches of fresh powder thanks to that winter storm that did roll through on Saturday.
Things are warming back up here in the valley this week. Let's go ahead, send things over to meteorologist Iris Hermosillo as we kick things off on a Monday. Good morning to you, Iris. I think you were up late last night cheering on those Chiefs.
You know I was. You and I were texting back and forth, man. I was putting the baby to bed, so I missed like the last, crazy exciting part of it. But my husband kept popping in and saying, hey, touchdown. Oh, no, they scored. Anyway, awesome. Let's talk about that forecast because you said it. We will eventually get warmer conditions. We're actually going to start the week off a little cooler, though, than what we felt even yesterday. Not a huge difference, but this morning we're certainly feeling the cold with temperatures down into the 30s, 40s, and 50s around the valley. So just make sure to grab that jacket as you step outside. It's officially 50 degrees under clear skies. Now, it's still going to be a gorgeous day, but we won't quite make it into the 70s today like we did yesterday. Instead, look for a high in the upper 60s, but that'll put us right in the near the average or at the average for this time of year with clear skies going through the afternoon and into tonight. So hopefully you've got a chance to get outside at some point today. Today, a high of 69. Then tomorrow, we basically do it again. A repeat in the upper 60s. 2 very nice days with near average high temperatures. But like we said, we've got warmer weather on the way as we head towards the end of the week. And I'm also tracking a couple storm systems. We'll talk about whether they're going to bring in any more changes, any more rain or snow in that full forecast still ahead.
It's 4:32. Let's get to our top stories right now. An update to breaking news we first brought you last night at 10. Thankfully, nobody was hurt in this tractor-trailer fire on the Loop 202 South Mountain. Look at those flames. This happened near Ivanhoe, near the Vicuiva Casino. DPS saying the semi was carrying frozen pork at the time. No word yet on what started the fire, but all lanes are back open this morning. Now to Phoenix, where we're working to get more details in a deadly shooting investigation. This happened late last night near 19th Avenue in Washington. According to police, a group of people began firing at each other inside of a parking lot. One man, identified as 20-year-old Darea Owens, was hit and died at the scene. It's not clear if Owens was the intended target or if he was hit by a stray bullet. Homicide detectives are now trying to figure out who the shooters were. No one has been arrested.
Also in Phoenix, more than 45,000 fentanyl pills, 5 ounces of heroin, and several stolen firearms recovered in a home, marking another big bust for officers. Police say they've arrested a 47-year-old man and a 32-year-old woman in this case. Investigators also finding more than $100,000 cash. Waiting months for justice. Tonight, the ABC 15 investigators will look into the DPS Crime Lab's backlog after 3 families waited for more than 4 months for the suspect who killed their teenagers to be arrested.
Thanksgiving this year was hard. On that day, we were mourning their death, and he was celebrating with his family when ours didn't get the chance.
Our team finding the state's drug toxicology backlog has more than doubled over the past 4 years. So what is being done about it? We're going to get you some answers and uncover why it did take so long to get those answers.
The Valley coming together over the weekend for a car wash fundraiser to benefit Irene Luvano's loved ones. The mom of 6 was found murdered in the desert. On Sunday, Irene's family holding the car wash to raise money for her funeral costs. Some of the cars in line were vehicles that were out helping during the search for Irene in the desert last week. Irene's boyfriend, Jorge Lara, now being charged in her murder.
Well, we turn now to the pandemic. Dr. Anthony Fauci saying that it appears the U.S. is headed in the right direction and that Omicron cases could peak early next month. Across the country, early hotspots like the Northeast are seeing a drop in infections. But there are areas seeing a rapid rise among those who are testing positive for COVID-19. And that's, of course, placing enormous pressure on health care facilities and workers. And the nation's COVID death toll still soaring at nearly 80,000 Americans, reportedly falling victim to the virus since Thanksgiving. Addressing inflation, creating more computer chips to improve supply chains, and passing long-sought climate change and voting rights legislation.
It all remains part of President Joe Biden's agenda in Washington this week. But as Joe St. George explains, it's not the controversial or complex issues that may be the president's biggest obstacles.
A job not yet finished.
President Biden seeking to jumpstart his stalled agenda in Congress again this week. What's still on the table impacting you? Modest election changes are possible. New COVID relief spending is too. Not to mention funding for the environment and pre-K education. Possible executive orders are possible as well if Congress doesn't act. But the president is facing the realization that he doesn't have all the time in the world to get his ambitions accomplished. This year is an election year, with polls suggesting Democrats may lose control of at least one chamber of Congress.
I don't believe the polls.
But while the president may not believe the polling, you can't dismiss the fact that each one of these Democrats is retiring. And while some are doing so to run for a different office, it is a higher than usual number, and a sign Democrats may have some tough political fights this year. And it's not just retirements impacting the president. Democrats are facing difficult redistricting fights too. What is redistricting? It's the process of redrawing congressional maps, which impacts who represents your family. It happens every 10 years and is tied to the census.
We have lawyers that had concerns about what they were doing.
In Florida, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis is pushing Republicans to draw maps that favor Republicans even more than what was originally proposed. In Kentucky, Democratic Governor Andy Beshear vetoed a redistricting map that heavily favors the GOP, but the state legislature overruled him. In Tennessee, Republicans are advancing plans to make it easier to win near Nashville. The same is true in Kansas, where Republicans are hoping to fare better in races near Kansas City. All of this puts pressure on President Biden to get something done. But getting something done in Washington right now for the White House isn't easy. In Washington, I'm Joe St. George.
Well, ready or not, tax filing season gets underway today. The IRS is warning filers to be ready for delays. The agency is dealing with a staffing shortage, of course, and continues to work through some 2020 tax returns. The IRS, by the way, processing more than 240 million returns, issuing about $736 billion in refunds during the 2020 budget year.
3 high-profile trials getting underway today. Opening statements in the federal trial for 3 former Minneapolis police officers. They're charged with violating George Floyd's civil rights as former officer Derek Chauvin pinned him down on the street. And then jury selection begins today in Sarah Palin's defamation lawsuit against the New York Times. Palin sued the paper in 2017 over an editorial the Times later admitted was incorrect, implying that the former vice presidential candidate, political action committee had somehow inspired the shooting of Arizona Representative Gabby Giffords in 2011. And finally, opening statements begin in the federal criminal trial of celebrity attorney Michael Avenatti. Avenatti is on trial in New York for allegedly stealing $300,000 from Stormy Daniels in connection to her book deal.
And now to the absolutely epic NFL playoff weekend. 4 games providing a whole season worth of drama. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
Overnight, a dramatic finish to what's already being called the greatest weekend of playoff football ever.
For the win! He caught it!
The Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs trading touchdown after touchdown, neither team ever leading by more than 7.
Remarkable!
In the final 2 minutes, the teams combining to score 25 points, the lead changing 3 times. A 48-yard field goal sending the game to overtime. The Chiefs winning the coin toss, and then Patrick Mahomes winning them the game.
Ball game! Chiefs!
The young quarterback securing his 4th AFC Championship game appearance. But this weekend, 2 of football's biggest and oldest stars crashed out of Super Bowl contention. On Saturday, the San Francisco 49ers sent Aaron Rodgers packing as they defeated the Green Bay Packers in a defensive showdown.
Picked up and a touchdown!
With snow pouring down, the underdog Niners sealed the win with this last-second field goal.
And good! 49ers win it!
38-year-old Rodgers addressing questions about whether he'll play another season.
I'm going to take some time away and make a decision.
And the other big story, Tom Brady and the defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming up short against the LA Rams. The Bucs down early, trailing by 21 in the third quarter, but then Tom Brady did what he does best.
He makes the catch, he's in for the score.
The game looked poised for another classic Brady comeback, but the Rams kicker sending the ball through the uprights as time expired.
Boots it through.
After the game, the 44-year-old Brady dodging the question on everyone's mind.
Whether you'll come back or not. I haven't put a lot of thought into it, so we'll just take it day by day and see where we're at.
Andrew Dimber, ABC News, New York.
I'm John Matteries. More grocery items getting smaller this year, and you might not have even noticed it. That story coming up.